Hello, end users, and welcome to the show. This is the End User Report. We are your hosts. I'm Clarence.
I'm Jamal.
In today's show, we talk mergers of epic proportions, and we take a look at the HTC View. Normally, at this part of the show, we go over a response, and I believe Jamal's got one from our show for the iPad 2.
Yes, there was a response from Carly YouTube 2. Here's what I think. The iPad is not a replacement for your laptop or your computer, and it is not supposed to be. I can't see how anyone can be disappointed with what it offers. For the price, it is, for me, hands down, the best for your money. And with iMove, being able to go large screen and the battery life and outstanding app store, I will be buying it. One more thing, the resale value of the iPad out of this world. Good. I know people who are getting $550 for a 32 gigabyte. It's a win-win. I just wanted to make two comments. I agree with Carly on some points, but however, I do believe that the iPad 2 could be a PC replacement because of the fact of the dual processor. It has enough beefy processor that it could be used as a PC. In other words, and actually, in the iPad 2, it has iMovie and it has GarageBand, which is pretty heavy, intensive program. So I could see this. The lacking thing is I would probably, if you are going to use this as a replacement for your netbook or PC, I would maybe invest in one of those keyboards, either the Bluetooth one or the one that connects directly to the actual iPad itself. As for the $550 for a 32 gigabyte used iPad, who the heck is paying $550 for a used iPad? Folks, it's a lot cheaper than that. I've seen the 64 gig Wi-Fi with 3Gs going for $550. If you're paying $550 for a 32 gigabyte with just Wi-Fi, you're paying way too much. I'm sorry. You can get a new one actually, Wi-Fi, 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi at Walmart for $3.99. So don't get taken, folks.
Sounds like the same people who were paying for spots in line when the iPad 2 came out. You know, remember that?
Yeah.
The one guy paid this girl $900. Like, I would have gone in and bought 3, sold the other 2 on eBay. That's what I would have done.
Yep, that's what I would have done too.
But let's take a look at the news. The CEOs of AT&T and T-Mobile met with the FCC this week to make their initial pitch for their planned merger. And yeah, you did hear us right. The two telecom companies are trying to turn their companies into one entity here. Currently, in terms of subscribers, AT&T ranks second, while T-Mobile ranks fourth. If they combine, they're actually going to leapfrog Verizon and be the America's number one cell phone carrier. Jamal, what do you think about the merger? Wait. For this, do we have to get your tinfoil hat on? Because this is like conspiracy.
This is definitely tinfoil hat action right here. First of all, let me. Sorry.
You have T-Mobile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're crying because you got to pay your bill now. That's right.
Well, people who don't know, T-Mobile is probably one of the better plans out there. Number one, they don't have a tier plan, which is great. Number two, they don't charge you outrageous prices for texting. So hopefully, maybe with this merger happens, that they'll grandfather a lot of the T-Mobile customers over to whatever the old plans were. I doubt it.
Yeah.
I got people in the background laughing their asses off because it's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. I mean, potentially, could there be some good here? Yeah, if you have AT&T.
The good is that you'll have the AT&T network.
Well, yeah, but that's not that good if you live in a metropolitan area. Potentially, the one good thing that I could see that would come of this, if you have AT&T and you're already paying outrageous prices for their stuff, you might get a little bit better service in the metropolitan area. Other than that, I don't like this. To be
I don't
honest
like
with
this,
you,
too.
I think what you're going to see happen is your T-Mobile customers are going to be essentially rolled into a system that is AT&T, and what you're going to see as far as T-Mobile, you're going to see layoffs. You're going to see stores shut down.
The thing I like about, and what a lot of people will agree with me, what they like about T-Mobile is that you could take any GSM phone, and it didn't have to be signed. You didn't have to actually. You could just pay for the contract and just grab any GSM phone, throw the SIM in there, and voila, it would work.
That's done.
That is done. Now the day of that is over with. What you will have to do now, you will have to actually go with the subsidy price of a phone, match it to a contract, and then that's how it'll work. And I hate to say this, but it was probably the iPhone that kind of destroyed that concept, because when the iPhone first came out, you had to have you couldn't just buy the iPhone, you had to have a subsidy plan, a contract with the iPhone. It wasn't something you could just buy outright. And so a lot of these other carriers are jumping onto that bandwagon. Maybe the good thing is that if you're a T-Mobile customer, you can probably get an iPhone now because AT&T offers it. However, it'll be gimped because
AT&T offers it.
AT&T offers it. and I love how they use the excuse of the AT&T is using it. Well, T-Mobile has LTE already in place, and it would help us to reach the rural market areas. And I keep thinking to myself, T-Mobile really doesn't have true LTE. It has something called HSPA Plus, which is basically at 84 megabits of speed, as opposed to Verizon's true 4G, not Verizon's LTE, or Sprint's 4G, which is rocking almost 100 to 150 megabits per second. So I just think it's bad. But you know what? It's a win-win for Deutsche Telekom, which is basically T-Mobile's parent company.
Yeah, it seems like a lose-lose for
but it's a lose-lose
consumers.
for
I mean, once this goes through, and all signs point to that it will, Verizon and AT&T will now own 70% of the U.S. cell phone market. And
it'll be interesting to see how Sprint plays this out. How will Sprint, because they will be pretty much overshadowed now by AT&T and Verizon.
Well, they're already overshadowed now. I mean, they'll just be essentially number 3 in a 3-horse race. So
or they might, who knows?
The other rumor that I'm hearing is that if this merger goes through, Verizon will try to leverage itself to actually buy Sprint.
Yeah, I see that happening, and then you'll just have a 2-horse race, which is wonderful. I think I'm gonna go to Walmart, get the month.
Yeah, get a
prepaid
track phone.
I'm serious. Screw having a well, anyway.
I don't know. I
might go back to cricket.
Yeah. You go back to cricket. I like using my phone beyond Rome.
But that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, what do you think this means for? Well, actually, we only already covered what it kind of means for Sprint. What do you think Verizon thinks of this whole thing?
I think Verizon is chuckling because you know why? AT&T is scrambling. They had their chance when they had the iPhone, and they could never really garner the market for number one. And for Verizon, they're just looking and seeing, well, we have the iPhone, we have a true LTE network.
That's fast.
That's faster than AT&T's supposedly 4G network, which is really not 4G. It isn't. I'm sorry. It's a fake 4G. So it's Verizon's just got to be just laughing all the way to the bank because they're gonna get all the customers now. I mean, they lost it when the iPhone went to Verizon. How many people shifted over to Verizon to get the iPhone? And then I can't imagine any T-Mobile customers going back to AT&T because most T-Mobile customers left AT&T to go to T-Mobile.
Because it sucked.
Yeah. So now they're not going to go back to AT&T. They'll probably go to Verizon or Sprint. So.
All right, but let's get into the meat of the show here. Earlier this week, Sprint announced the HTC View. And this is actually the same exact device as the HTC Flyer with one major difference, 4G connectivity. This is going to be the first Android and WiMAX, and for those who don't know, WiMAX is a type of wireless access similar to what you would find in residential service, with the main difference being the range. The range of your wireless at home is something in the nature of 300 feet in theory. With WiMAX would be somewhere in the neighborhood, I believe it's 30 miles.
Yep.
But let's look at the device here. Let's go over the specs really quick. This is going to be running a 1.5 gigahertz Snapdragon processor. It is 3G and 4G capable. Built-in Wi-Fi, 7-inch touchscreen. 5 megapixel rear-facing camera, 1.3 megapixel front-facing cam. 32 gigs of storage, 4,000 milliamp battery. Also is going to be mobile hotspot capable, built-in Bluetooth, micro SD slot up to 32 gigs. It's going to have full HTML with. It's also going to be using the Sprint mobile wallet. It's compatible with Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. It's running Android 2.3 Gingerbread with a possible upgrade to Honeycomb later. It comes with a stylus pen and HTC Sense. So.
Oh, you finished yet?
Wow. You must have been up like
I'm not dissing you, my friend. I'm actually dissing the stats.
Okay, so I suppose I don't have to ask the question what you think of it.
It sounds just like the last tablets that we talked about. I mean, the same innards. We almost could just say, cut and paste from one episode to another episode, and just put, okay, here's what's inside of it. It's like, there's no creativity. What happened to a dual processor? Come on. Why is the iPad the only tablet that has a dual processor? I just don't understand. It's not that hard. Just get more Chinese people to make a processor.
Here we go. He's going back on that again. Always with the Chinese people in this. Jeez.
I mean, go on. Dual processor now. Okay, I apologize to any Chinese people, and I hope I didn't offend anybody. And if I did, just blame it on Clarence.
Blame it on me too.
But probably the thing that I do. And I do like the device. It is a pretty looking device.
Of course, it's HTC.
Yes.
That was my good device. Well,
HTC, plus it'll have that Sense UI from HTC, which I think is a pretty cool addition to the OS, the Android OS that's on it. Actually, I'm really looking forward to from HTC tablet, which should be coming out fall of this year, which will have, it's a tablet, but it will have the Google Chrome OS on it, which, now that.
You're looking forward to a Google
Well,
OS.
I'm looking forward to.
After you sat here a couple months ago and said, Google doesn't support its OS. Are you looking forward to a Google OS?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be a true OS, not this Android thing that is kind of a half-ass OS for a tablet.
They are having some problems with Honeycomb. Honestly, I like the tablet. As we mentioned, it's got comparable specs. I do actually kind of like the fact that it's a little bit smaller. It makes it a little bit easier to carry around. I do have to beg to differ with it's the same as every other tablet. Spec-wise, yeah, it is a cookie cutter of the other tablet, but I think the difference that is going to be with this tablet is the HTC Sense. If you've seen the home screen, it's got kind of a carousel thing, which is kind of nice. And the HTC Scribe, that's where that stylus pen actually comes into play. It actually allows you to notate documents, books, and things like that, even sign contracts. I think that's going to be a nice feature. Also,
allows you to highlight too.
Allows you to highlight too.
Sweet.
If you use that in conjunction with their other feature, HTC Time Mark, you can actually record audio. So if you're in a presentation that happened 2 weeks ago and you took notes, and you don't kind of quite remember what your notes, and I know I have that problem because my writings look like hieroglyphics. So
Yeah,
you can actually go back and listen to the audio and kind of understand your notes a little bit better. And I think those little features about this tablet will make it a good product.
yeah, that will. Just wondering how many people actually are sitting on a meeting with that product.
Well, you never know.
I mean, I don't know what market. I mean, who are they giving this to? I mean, I would imagine they're giving it to people who want an entertainment device.
I would think it'd be more on the business side, and the stylus pen leads me to think that.
Think that, yeah.
I mean, this to me almost looks like the device that the RIM Playbook hopes to be, which is that kind of device that can handle the business side of it and still allow you to.
Well played, yes.
To
well
play
said.
games.
Definitely, well said. I just, like I said, beautiful device, Sense UI. Still, what's with the 7-inch screen? I'm sorry, I'm gonna hate on the 7-inch screen.
Here we go, Steve Jobs. You gonna quote Steve Jobs again?
No, what I'm gonna. I don't. Oh, do we have an official pricing for this?
No, there's no price.
Okay, so there's no. I would imagine it's probably gonna be around 900 to 1,000.
Let's hope not.
Well, maybe less than 700.
I think it better come out lower than the Zoom. That's what I would.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's 700. Okay, let's just say that if it's $700, unsubsidized, right? That's I could go and get a netbook with a 10-inch screen for the same price, and I have a 10-inch screen. And I don't have, I don't know. I just don't see.
Yeah, I know. You want that 10-inch screen so you can watch your Sailor Moon cartoons. We get it.
Of course. I mean, this is a tablet, right? We're talking about tablets here. Nobody wants to carry around a 7-inch screen. Maybe people will. Please comment, because I'd love to hear. But no one wants to carry around a 7-inch screen.
Well, if that was the case, no one would have an e-reader.
Well, the e-reader is different, because it's about the size of a...
It's got the same kind of functionality.
Yeah, but no. Are you telling me your Nook has the same functionality as an iPad?
Not the same. It has the same type of functionality.
No, you can't compare the Nook color to the iPad 2. Sorry.
Okay, then why does everyone call the Nook color a tablet, even though it's not a tablet?
They call it a tablet
because you can make comparisons because they have similar functionalities. It's a big gray area.
Nah, processor is not the same.
Well, yeah, obviously the processor is not the same, but it still has the same type of functionality.
Yeah.
Hence the Dell Streak. It's a phone and a tablet because those devices also have similar functionality.
Yeah, the Dell Streak is really selling hot.
I didn't say that. I just said it's got similar functionality.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's all I said. 10-inch screen. Samsung's supposed to be coming out with something it's called the Samsung Galaxy 10.1. I'd love to see how that plays out against the iPad 2.
Well, it's a Samsung Galaxy thing, so it's going to be expensive. I think you just should replace that point with a comma and then put a couple zeros after it. That's what you get for the price.
Hey guys, I got this really cool laptop.
Boy.
What do you guys say?
Hey,
everybody.
Does this beat the netbook? Look at that.
There you go. Here, this is what you guys really should
go
for.
See, here's the problem. Not even a 10-inch screen, folks.
Oh, jeez.
See? This fails.
Epic fail. That is an epic fail. But I don't think it's because of that screen there.
Oh, this was the greatest technology about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And just thought you guys want to get a comment on that maybe later here.
Where's security when you need them?
No kidding. I got a comment on that. Where's the freaking lighter fluid and matches?
See everybody later here.
And that's James Chattel. And a resident crazy guy.
He's my role model.
So, I mean, that's all I have to say about the HTC View.
Well, what do you think the View means for Sprint and HTC?
It means competition. It means choice for customers. Because now you have choice. If you want to go to Verizon, you have a choice. If you want to go to Sprint, you have a choice. If you want to go to AT&T. That's all it means to me. And we'll see how the pricing is. I would imagine the pricing is probably going to be competitive, probably similar to what the Zoom is, and so forth. But for the most part, I'm all about consumers and consumer rights and about competition, which we're seeing less and less of these days.
Yeah, no kidding.
Uh,
I think for HTC, this is a very good thing. This is just another example of a great product that they make. As we've said a number of times, they make beautiful devices, and I think, again, the little touches with the HTC stuff is going to be good.
Yep.
For Sprint, on one side, I could see this being similar to what the Evo did for them last year. It really kind of put them on the map as a competitor. And I think with this could be the similar thing in the tablet market. But we'll have to kind of wait and see how that plays out. I think that all is going to revolve around price, essentially here.
And the thing about Sprint, and when you mentioned earlier about WiMAX, is that WiMAX is a really good technology. It is, if you really want to experience WiMAX, just go down to the city of Baltimore. They have WiMAX pretty much all scattered all around the city. And I believe that if you pay $30 a month, you can receive WiMAX coverage, which is ridiculously cheap for WiMAX coverage. And you'll experience what WiMAX truly is. Great technology. It is the concept, and when we talked about 4G, 4G is just a nomenclature for the next level of wireless technology. So don't get fooled by AT&T's 4G coverage, because it really is just a half-assed version of HSB.
You hating on AT&T?
It's
Well, at least that's one thing the city of Baltimore is good for, because we know they aren't good for football. Go Steelers. But let's move on to the next subject.
hey, I gotta agree with you. I hate Baltimore.
Yeah. But let's move on to the next segment of the show. We call this Matchup. If you've seen the show before, you know how we do this. 5 headlines, 5 quick answers. Stat Girl's not here today, so looks like I have to actually do some
Oh,
work.
Stats Girl, what you do, boy? Sorry.
Wow.
I'm
What
just
is,
a Stats Girl,
what
man.
is with you today? Getting a little emotional today. All right. Item number 1. The RIM. It's been confirmed that the RIM playbook will run Android apps.
Wow. If that is confirmed, then that makes the RIM a much more viable option for consumers. We'll see if that plays in or not.
I think that's great because, as we've said before, BlackBerry Marketplace sucks. I mean, it really does.
It's crap.
Go over the apps that they have again.
Oh, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, that's about it.
Anyway,
All right, the 3DS comes out today. You excited? Well, no, Sunday actually.
yeah, not really.
I'm surprised. You're a Nintendo homer.
No.
Oh, that's
Because-
right. There's no Cooking
Okay.
Mama 3D.
Oh, wait, time out. Can I go off on a go off on a task?
Here we go.
All right, here it goes. Nintendo, I'm tired. I'm tired of what you're doing to us. Make and develop a 3rd generation console, please. Not none of this. Well, we think it's a 3rd generation. Make it a 3rd generation console. All right. The Wii is not a 3rd generation console. I don't care what anyone says. It's not. Please, and stop making these piece of crap. Well, I shouldn't say piece of crap, but small little handheld devices that nobody really cares about. You should have stopped. You should have stopped at the DSi and called it a day, and then shifted your research and development to actually creating a 3rd generation console. And all it does is it just takes make the thing, put a beefier video card in the Wii.
There's that word again, beefy.
Put a beefier video card in there. Put beefier memory in it. Make it so you can actually put a DVD disc. I'll be happy with just the DVD disc. I can watch a DVD.
Or you can
instead
do
of
it,
having to homebrew my Wii so I can watch a DVD.
or you can do what I do and have an Xbox get a real system.
Yeah, I mean that's the bottom line. So I'm sorry. So sorry.
You okay there?
Yeah, I just
Look a little winded.
Nintendo.
I'm concerned. That's all. Firefox 4 doubles Internet Explorer 9's downloads in 24 hours.
Because Firefox 4 is awesome,
Yeah, Internet Explorer sucks.
and I'm using it. It is beautiful interface. That got rid of a lot of the crap up top. They made it streamlined. It's faster. It
You
reminds
know
me
what?
of
It almost reminds me of Opera when you look at it.
it reminds me of Google Chrome when it first came
Oh,
out.
here we go. Here we go again.
But then it does. Now Chrome, as we know, Google Chrome sucks because it's just littered with crap on it.
Yeah, you're looking forward to a Google OS, whatever. Miramax and Netflix are close to
Competition.
signing a streaming movie deal.
Interesting. So how much we're going to have to pay for the streaming movies?
Who knows? And you know what? I don't care.
It's not-
I know you're happy about this because you'll get to watch The Crying Game on Netflix. I know what you're all about.
I love the Crying Game.
I know you do.
That was a trap movie. You know what a trap movie is?
I don't want to know.
I'll
We're
talk
moving
to you
on to the
later.
next subject.
Go ahead. I'll tell you later what about traps.
No, I'm leaving right after this.
Okay.
You can talk to your boy over there.
Yeah.
The Recording Industry Association of America wants LimeWire to pay damages in the amount of $75 trillion.
Oh, this is funny. Here's a I don't know, just maybe a helpful thing for the music industry. Get better artists. How about that? Make better music. How about that? Maybe people will actually pay for this. Pay to
No,
listen to music.
no.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, think about it.
I know how it would be in your house. Do you really want to pay like $13 for a Justin Bieber CD?
No, because I could download it.
Because you got like 8 kids. You know they all listen to Bieber.
I download it. My kids hate Justin Bieber.
Smart kids.
Can't stand him.
All I'm going to say with this is $75 trillion. Good luck. I don't know who was sitting in the room when they came up with that figure, not realizing that's about, I don't know, 5 times of the gross domestic product of this country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where you're going with that. I really don't.
Make better music. How about that?
You think the people who are left at LimeWire are like, man, that's a lot of money. We can put something on it.
Sign artists that can actually play instruments. I'm just saying. You know?
Didn't that one girl win a Grammy? The one girl I never heard of who played like jazz. Didn't she play like an instrument or something?
Yeah, and she's really,
Terrible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said.
That's why we don't pay.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go out with Fergie. But I had a dumper. It's getting too possessive.
Awkward.
You gotta give me my space, Fergie.
That's your
Okay.
boy. But that wraps it up for us here at the
Yeah.
User Report.
We don't want to hear any more what James's love life is about.
Well, listen
we're
to you.
we're accessing a really strange territory.
You're the one talking about, we're going to talk about the Crying Game after the show, but we're moving on.
Oh, we're talking about traps. That's the crying game.
That wraps it up for the User Report. You can always follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget, comment, subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget, look out for our new Gamer Show. We should be filming 2 episodes this weekend, so look for those next week.
Don't